You're listening to the Staffa Corner Podcast, a Staffa-tarian look at entertainment and life with your host, Greg Staffa.
My guest for this episode is a well-known actress, Alicia Coppola. I've seen her in shows like NYPD Blue, Ally McBeal, NCIS, CSI, Sons of Anarchy, Shameless, and the list goes on and on. I'm excited to have her today. Alicia, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And please let me know if you have problems hearing me at all. For some reason, I've been cutting out a little bit here and there.
Oh, sound great. It's probably a little bit warmer where you are. It's -8 degrees right now in Minnesota.
Where about in Minnesota are you?
Central Minnesota, just outside a town called St. Cloud.
Oh, well, that sounds nice, though. It sounds cozy.
It is when you're indoors. And
Yeah.
looking outside, it looks beautiful, but yeah, heading outside is cold. So you're one of those actresses. When I mentioned you to about 5 different people, they're like, I don't know who that is. And then you show them a picture of you, and they're like, oh, I love her. Do you still have some kind of amenity to your daily life?
Oh, yeah. I've pretty much flown under the radar for the majority of my career. I'm still kind of holding out to fly above the radar, which I do believe is in the cards. But nonetheless, I've been really, really fortunate in my career to kind of be that actress who, you may not know my name, but you know my work because I change for every character that I do. So I'm really proud of that. I take roles specifically for that reason, so that I can lose Alicia and just become that character. So whether or not you know my name, you absolutely know my work. And that's actually more important to me.
Really? And that was one of the things that surprised me, because a lot of these actors and actresses, Henry Winkler does a show now, and he's still Henry Winkler, the Fonz. There's so many things that we kind of associate with an actor, and we kind of link them to. And you still have some stuff that you're linked to, but not as heavily as one might assume, given your resume, which is just outstanding. I mean, there's just so many shows where you're like, I can't peg her. Oh, yeah, she's been on. And the more, I mean, you've had an extensive career that is amazing to me. And that's one of the reasons I was so excited to get you on, because you do seem like one of those that fly under the radar, and I was always curious if that was something deliberate or if that was something that was, your own design, given that you are, a mother, you are a family woman, you do have the kids and stuff like that. So what got you into acting?
Well, first I want to just piggyback on what you just said. I don't think it was a choice that I made. I did make choices early on, like I passed on Lost because I didn't want to move my family to Hawaii. Okay.
Oh,
in
wow.
retrospect, not a really smart move, not a smart career move. But I've always taken jobs with the hope that something would spike. And I've been lucky. A few things have, and that's really what it is to be an artist. Like, you hope something lands. And when it lands, you hope that it ignites something. And then when it ignites something, you hope that the spark turns into a fire. Right?
Sure.
So what made me become an actress? I was at NYU. And I was in an apartment, and I needed to move. And I found another apartment, and the woman that I rented from was a model, and she introduced me to her agency. And that agency sent me out for a game show on MTV called Remote Control. And I got it. And that was with Colin Quinn and Ken Ober and Mario Joyner and Adam Sandler and Colin Quinn. And at that moment, I kind of realized, as a 19-year-old girl, wow, this makes me happy. There's something about this that I feel fulfilled, because all throughout my childhood and teenage years, when I was in boarding school, I played the clarinet, I played the flute, I played I wrote poetry, I danced, but I never really fully found the art that allowed me to use all of me. And I mean, not that doing Remote Control and MTV was, Shakespearean, but I found it to be really quite liberating. And I found myself being all in. So it was then that I decided, this could be something. So it was then.
So it opened a window of an opportunity that you saw that you could grasp onto and continue to do what you love doing.
Correct. I was on set And my cousin, who is a movie producer, a very prolific producer, she introduced me to her agent at the time, who was an agent at William Morris, and he signed me immediately.